We've got some other soils here. I've got soil here from Ross-on-Wye, which is a very red soil, which you tend to find in that part of the country.
Sandy.
It's also really sandy. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually a sandy loam. This is kind of perfect soil for growing root vegetables, because if you want really straight carrots, you need to grow them in quite a high sand content soil. The trouble with sandy soils like this is that when you water them, the water just about goes straight through them. So if you put nutrient additions into this, it's going to run straight into the watercourse.
If you mix it with compost, even the compost will run through quite eventually, a lot quicker than the clay soil. Anyway.
A lot quicker than clay soil, but if you continually add the compost into this soil, eventually you will get a much better water holding capacity, as we call it. So the ability of the soil to hold on to the water and to stop it from draining through. This soil is extremely freely draining, so you're going to get water running through this very quickly.
And there's not much nutrients in it.
It's got a little bit, because this is what they call a sandy loam, so it's got clay and silt particles in it as well. It's just that it's just not got a very high proportion.
If I was growing, say, potatoes or carrots in it, what would I have to add to it then?
You would probably have to water them reasonably often, because you're not going to have a lot of water in there.
I bet sea kale would do well in it.
Yeah, definitely it would, because it's very sandy. You would eventually have to add some kind of nutrient addition, whether it's an organic matter nutrient addition or whether it's mineral fertiliser.
Is this available to buy then, or is that just from a location?
This is actually from a field in Ross-on-Wye, collected by me. But I mean, if you wanted to recreate this, you would just mix a little bit of your clay soil with a lot of builder's sand, and you'll get the same idea. But no, that's a real soil. That's how it came out the ground.
It's supposed to be one of the best. I've actually done that before, where I've added like loads of sand to the soil, and that's supposed to be like as good as adding fertiliser, stuff that breaks it, let the air into it, sort of thing.
Yeah, so a good proportion of sand particles is good, because you'll increase, if you've got clay soil, then you're going to increase the travel of water and the mixture of pore spaces through the soil. So if you think about your microbes that are breaking down your soil, and you're breaking down your organic matter, they live in the spaces between the soil particles. Clay particles hold on to water. They actually sort of have generally sort of, how do you describe it? They hold on to water, so you'll find a clay particle in the soil with water around it, whereas sand tends to just drain off. So if you start to mix these things together slightly, then you increase the water movement through the soil, but not so much so that you lose all the water out of the system. So you get the best of both worlds. Clay soils are really fertile because they hold on to nutrients. Sandy soils just let go of them with the water.
I noticed my soil's like really good for like apple trees, and I just love it.
Because it holds on to the water.